Cheers.
Cheers. It feels like a little treat.
Cheers. Okay.
Are we going? Because Kristin and I just stole some wine. We found some wine here at the podcast office.
Yeah, guys, we found some wine at the podcast office.
Pretty sure we're going to have to leave some cash because this is a good. I haven't had wine this good in a while.
There's other people that podcast here. We can certainly blame it on them. How would they ever know it was us?
Don't tell
How would
anybody.
they ever know it was us?
Good question. You know what? How are you going to find us, you guys?
How are you going to find us?
If you accidentally found us today because you didn't come here intentionally, you can find us really wherever podcasts.
You can find us. You can find this lovely podcast called IMOMSOHARD anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, you can find us on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing if you want to.
That's right. Just make sure to like. What do they say? Like, review, rate, and subscribe. I know we're already bossing you around. That's just the thing.
Get used to it.
The podcasting gods tell us that we have to ask you to do that, and if you do that, it helps us out. So
okay, help us out.
Help us out. You know, we've gotten to the place where we're stealing wine. It feels like this is a call.
It's gotten desperate.
This is a call for help. And big news on the front. It's Jenny's anniversary today, which is so.
It's the official.
It's the official anniversary, and that's really special. And you guys are a great couple.
I've been stretching out all day.
What does that mean?
Just getting limbering up. Once a year you can pull out some tricks.
Oh, I did not think you were gonna go that direction.
Well, what I mean is like to lay down on my back because that will hurt. If I don't
think
stretch
at this
first.
point it's just laying down on your back and then he just like steamrolls over you real fast. He just like does he just does a log roll over you. There we go. Can we watch Netflix?
But it's 9 years, so
it's actually not 9 years. You guys have been together for a long time.
I told the kids this morning, I'm like, Daddy and I have been together for 12 years. And
that's amazing.
We've been married for 9, so you guys would have an older brother or sister if it weren't for your dad. So.
If your dad wouldn't have drug his feet for 2 years.
Yeah.
When we all knew we were going to walk down the aisle after one.
And I got him. Wait, I'm not going to go there because you're going to have to introduce the topic because it has to do with what I got him.
So what we're going to do right now is this new thing we're doing called a hot minute. I was going to say a hot topic. That's the store that you like to shop at.
We're going to wear really
tight, funny, like little plaid skirts with
lunch boxes.
Yeah,
God, we're so old. You know th're not doing that now.
Can you imagine if we did that? They would be like, "What? You have to stop. Go backwards. Walk it back. Go back into Talbot's."
I bet you can buy a lot of quarantine joke T-shirts in there right now, though.
Okay, so we do this thing called Hot Minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Jen a topic and we're going to talk about it. And I
think I kind of know what it is, which is why.
Well, but I wanted to get your head in the space, but I didn't want to give it away.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of places this can go.
Okay.
But your topic is games.
Okay. Games. Okay. Well,
I'm prepared for you to go any direction.
Well, I can actually think of 2, and one is that my husband and I love to play games together, not the sexual 50 Shades of Grey, although we're fine in that area. We're just really boring. Both of us are fine with it. We're like,
what do you mean you're fine with it?
What?
Wait. Are you telling me you have what's it called, the dungeon?
No, I'm saying opposite of that. I'm saying
you have a nice garage that's organized in an efficient way. There's no gag balls hanging on your.
That's what I'm
more
saying.
Of we have a nice.
Yeah, there's no sex dungeon in our house.
You don't have the square footage for it.
Number one in
number
LA. 2, what I'm saying is, thank God I'm married to somebody who doesn't want one, and if he does, he can go do that on the side.
Yeah, and just get a fancy massage somewhere. I'm not doing that.
Absolutely, I can't. I don't know. Maybe I could be persuaded. If tequila was involved, maybe. And he knows that, so.
I just want to watch the movie and then aggressively make love to myself.
Okay,
or
so
read
back
the
to
book.
games. Back to games. Okay, so I got him because I would love to go on a date with him for our anniversary, but we can't. So I got him an electronic dartboard that does all the scoring of all the different games.
Fun.
We love to play darts. He and I. We used to have one in the garage, like before we had kids. And
fun. It's pub life, man.
It's so fun. You just talk and you listen to music, and it's just so much fun. So that is what we're gonna order out sushi tonight, and we're gonna play darts in the backyard and then get drunk, skis, and kiss and flirt, and then just hardcore triple X kind of stuff.
Just stop. I cannot.
But he and I, that playing darts is one of the only things that we can do because he's a play to win person. Like, he is so competitive, you guys, that when we were dating, like, maybe we would have been married sooner if this wouldn't have happened. But we had a couple over, Scott and Eileen. They're the nicest people in the world, to play gin rummy. And I got so mad at him because all of a sudden he's like, we're playing to win, that I told him to f*** off. I think I've never said that to him ever before or since, but I was so mad that he was so fired up about it. Kristen's biting her lip right now because she and my husband have almost come to blows over a game of Clue. They are the two, like, all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I've just been drinking and enjoying the conversation. Am I supposed to be out for blood? They are so competitive with games.
I just don't like it when people like lose. It's like, yes, we are there to play and enjoy each other, but stay in the game. Like, Eileen is delightful, but I know because my husband was on running charades team with her that she can be very frustrating. And I was really happy to be on Britt's team and Ryan's team because we destroyed everybody. I walked away from that night feeling better.
Well, that
games, yes.
Might I say running charades is a little bit different though, because my husband's who's usually competitive. He likes to just be on the team that's in the kitchen so he can eat and drink more.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't care if they lose or because he feels like he's won with easy access to snacks and drinks. But like, I would say running charades is the one I can get into a little bit. You and I should play running charades, Kristen, because I bet our brains are so synced at this point.
We would destroy it.
Yeah.
We would be like Will and Grace. You'd be able to say one word, I'd say the other word, and then we would get it. We would destroy.
I mean. Yeah. This year, I'm really doubling down on the whole self-care thing, and it couldn't be easier with Daily Harvest, which we love.
I really dig these things. So everything comes frozen. You put it in your freezer, and when you need it, it's available. You can make like frozen smoothies. You can have soup. You can have these great little like flatbreads, and they're so easy because you and I get so busy, we forget to sort of food prep, which is like the key to any good eating, but they make it so it's just delivered to you.
Yeah. I opened it and I was like, well, this is all healthy. There's no way I'm going to like this. But then they add like good seasonings and stuff like that. So when you microwave it and mix it up,
it's not gross. It's delicious.
Perfect.
Daily Harvest delivers delicious food, all built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your door. It takes only minutes to prepare, and I never have to think twice if the food I'm eating is good for me.
Everything stays fresh in your freezer until you're ready to enjoy it, so you waste less food, too. Even their new almond milk comes frozen so you can stock up and not worry about it spoiling. And the best part is they only make their almond milk with almonds and a dash of salt. Super yummy and super healthy.
No need to overthink any of your meals for the week. Smoothies for breakfast, soup for lunch, and flatbreads for dinner.
Get started today. Go to dailyharvest.com and enter promo code IMOMSOHARD to get $25 off your first box. That's promo code IMOMSOHARD for $25 off your first box at dailyharvest.com. dailyharvest.com.
I'm going to surprise you right now and tell you that I'm really into Peloton.
What?
I really, really am. I know it's a shocker. I don't talk about it all the time and try to force you to sign up, which you eventually did sign up for the app. I have to say that I first started out with the app and I really liked it because it felt like in this weird world that we're living in, there was this sense of community. The teachers were really motivational. And then I went big time and I bought the bike. And I got to tell you, I love it.
I'm doing the yoga and I'm really obsessed with it. And I'm hoping that I stay obsessed with it because I literally have only done 5 classes and I feel like my body getting stronger. which
that's
is
the
awesome.
idea. That's the hope and the want.
Whether you're looking for some extra encouragement, structured workouts, or you're just in the mood to laugh, their instructors are there and they bring out your best.
And you can search by music, which is really fun. The music experience is unlike any other. If you're in the mood for some like hip hop, pop, or country, they have it all. I'm not going to lie. I took a class the other day that was makes you feel sexy. What? Okay.
Plus, their all access membership is like a family plan at no additional cost, so everyone can enjoy it. Bring home the Peloton experience for your whole family with access to their entire class library at the convenience of working out in your own home on your time.
Get started on your Peloton journey today and download the Peloton app from now through January 31st, 2021 for a 2-month free trial.
That's 2 free months when you download the Peloton app on your phone, tablet, or smart TV.
I think you need to tell people how to play running charades because I think it's really fun with kids. If your kids are over like 8 and you have, what would you need? You would need like a family and you would have to have a big family. All right.
Yeah.
So if you're a Midwest Catholic family.
Let's pretend that everyone won't die of a virus if we all get together.
Right.
Let's just pretend. So anytime that you have like I think basically you need 12 people. Kind of makes sense to me.
Okay. So it's the basics of charades.
You need an odd number too, which this is great. So it's everybody, you give them a half piece of paper, have them number it from 1 to 10. And then on each one of those numbers, they have to write a person, place, thing, movie, book,
right.
TV
Something that
show.
can be depicted in a charade. So,
Yeah.
you're making the movie sign or you're doing a book or
Yeah.
you're doing that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, okay. Then you write your name on the back of the piece of paper, put it face down, fold it up or whatever. So you have one person who comes out of the game like to begin with and they hold your piece. So you divide up into teams.
Yeah.
You've got somebody in the kitchen. You've got 4 people in the kitchen. You got 4 people in the hallway.
So
you got 4 people in the
fun!
living room, somebody out on the back porch, wherever, so that they can't hear.
Right.
So you send one person from each team to that center person who has the list.
Yeah. That's like the gamekeeper.
Yeah. To show them
What
the first one is. So everybody looks at it and they're like, okay, Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
So they run
God,
off.
that's hard. I get it.
They run off and they have to get their team to guess that. Whoever guesses it on their team runs in, whispers it to the middle person that's keeping the list, and that person shows them the next one on the list.
Yep.
So you try to get through the list as fast as you can. Everybody's playing different. And we have so many friends that play this. We have somebody who got a major head injury playing this in a doorway. Can I say this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he banged his head running back into a room.
Listen, man,
People
it
get
doesn't sound like a
competitive.
sexy competitive game, but it really is. It's like, and it's loud and it's rowdy and it's fun. And I think when you have what I like to refer to as parlor games, which were the big games of the Victorian era, which
sounds lovely.
This was that's how all of these started, is they were called parlor games.
Okay.
So like when people of the Victorian era, they had a ton of money and a ton of time because there was a group of people who had a ton of money and a ton of time. They were called the 1%.
You know what? There's people like that now, only it feels like they suck. Like they're not going to play fun games.
Right. They're not like throwing it around like a Vanderbilt. Like that's like, hey, I'm going to have this really big party and we're going to do these fun kitschy games.
Man, I can't go to Dubai to play
They
running
have
charades.
it in Dubai.
I bet.
They do a lot of running games in Dubai. There's actually a name for it. I just researched it, but I can't say it because I'll butcher the language. But it's a version of Twiddlywinks or whatever. Twiddlywinks.
See, that's a game I actually don't know what it is.
So there's a lot of these old timey. Did you know Mafia is an original parlor game?
I'm so bad at that game, Kristen. I'm so bad at it.
Mafia, I can't even explain. It's a little too complicated for
Yeah.
me. But my favorite parlor game is the Murder Wink. Isn't
that it? That's Mafia, right?
Mafia is a little bit more advanced than that, but Murder Wink is really fun. First of all, obviously it has the word murder in it.
I'm really bad at that.
But you
one,
get
too.
everybody in a circle.
Yeah.
And there's one guy that's the detective. One can only hope it's me.
Yep.
I usually come dressed for the part. You don't have to. That's generally not encouraged. But I do like wearing my hair slicked back. And then you sit in the middle of the circle and two people you're given cards.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get like the ace card and the king is the murderer and the ace is the detective. So that the murderer winks at someone and then the person who got winked at says, the deal's been made. And then the detective has to try to guess. But
he can kill people,
but
right?
the murderer has to keep killing people, and so
By winking.
not real murder, although that's next level. Then as the murders keep happening, the detective has to try to figure out, and he gets to say, "Is it you?" And then it's so fun.
So the person that's the murderer, here's the part where I always get tripped up on. The person that's the murderer, like you'll just be like talking, and then somebody will wink at you, and
you blink, and you think you
blink
saw
at
a
you.
wink.
Yeah, and you're like, what is that? And then they're looking like full on like blinking
That's
at
the
you
thing.
like they're
You guys,
doing an
not
eye
everybody's
exam.
a good game player.
Not
and
me.
Not a lot of people are good game players. You really want to make sure who you're inviting to the party aren't going to be like a big anchor. I love my dad. But what's that game that you play? What's the game you play and you buzz? If you have to say the name. Is it not Scattergories?
Nope. I love Scattergories.
Scattergories. You're great at Scattergories.
Because you just
I'm good at Pictionary.
Yep, the letters. She's really good at drawing.
And
it's
you're
like
really good at all the different
words.
categories.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the game? Oh my gosh, I played it with my
Taboo.
kids. Taboo.
Yep.
So what you do is you get a name.
Yep.
And you can't say direct clues as to this name, so you have to think outside the box. So like it might say Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then it will say like Terminator, and it will say Governor of California.
And you can't
say those.
Yeah.
When I played with my father, you have a 1 minute timer, and it's loud. It's like, tick, 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 tick. So it's supposed to create a sense of urgency. And the buzzer's like, and there's someone looking over your shoulder.
Make sure you don't say any of that. Yeah.
Let me give you an impression of how my dad plays Taboo. And I'm competitive, by the way, and I want to win. Okay, so let's just say the name is Johnny Carson. Start being the timer. Go.
Took, 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 took.
Kristin, you remember when Van Hesselgester lived across the street from us and he drove that conversion van? Okay. I'm like, Dad, you got to get to what? He's like,
you got to have a sense of urgency.
I'm like, Terry, you know what? You married him. He's on your team. And she's like, I'm never going to win if I'm on team with him.
That's so funny. I can see your mom being competitive too.
My mom is competitive. My mom plays Balderdash, which is another great game, which is a game where you have to make up the definitions of a word, and whoever has the most specific name of a word, like whoever comes up with a creative definition, and everybody chooses that they think that's the definition, wins. My mother thinks it's hilarious because she puts testicles in every time she says a definition. So she'll be like, this is something when two testicles. And we're like, Jerry, your last four answers have had the word testicles in it. I think we all get it.
That's amazing.
We're just she thinks it's hilarious. She thinks she's quite funny. But I know we've been playing a ton of like board games and just games like over Zoom, we've been playing Battleship. You want to talk about a game you can't get online right now? Battleship.
Oh, everything sold out online. It's so impossible. So like find that dartboard was so hard.
Yeah.
Like it was like weeks away if I was going to get like the fancy kind. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'll get this one. And then that's going to
be so fun for you guys tonight. And it's also going to be so fun when you get to have a party. I do think that I am happy that just out of sheer, I don't want to look at a screen. We've always been big board game people. We play a ton of Uno. We play a ton of
you guys are an Uno family.
We're a big Uno family.
I think did your when growing up you guys played? Okay, we had an Uno set, and all it was like my mom was like, pick up these dang cards. We just like built card houses with them. We didn't really play it, but like our family's a huge Yahtzee family.
I did play Yahtzee, but any of them are fun. And you know what? You know why I think people invented board games is because when you
they're bored,
and when you get a family dynamic together, you gotta have something to do. Because idle hands, my friend, and that happens for family too. My mother-in-law comes into town, and I'm like, get out the Scrabble board. And my husband is so bad at Scrabble, and he's he's terrible at it. And he's so smart, but he makes up words. He's such a
my husband.
I'm like, what's a kerflute? Using a sentence, he's like. I kerfluted it. And I'm like that. And his mom thinks
that's men. They do that. They cheat in Scrabble.
They cheat in Scrabble, man. And his mom, who has like 14 advanced degrees, is like so whip smart. And she this is the woman who, by the way, my husband will send her an email, one of his long-winded emails. and she sends it back with red lines, with red edits through it. She's like, a preposition does not go here. Please start your sentences. Like, to this day.
Hats off to that. I really
she's
do.
a
That's
grammar.
Really pretty cool, actually.
She's a grammar ninja. So I just think all those are really fun. I think they make parties fun. Every time I leave a party where we've played a game or done something like that, I feel like the fact that I have a buzz or a hangover the next day, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Well,
I feel bad. I feel a little, not really.
Well, not as bad as you used to. When it's interesting that you used to be able to drink like 8 bottles of wine and then make a horrible decision that involves like a pregnancy test. Yeah. And you feel worse. You feel worse at this age, just playing a little Scrabble.
Yeah, the next day you're like, why do I have a 14-day hangover?
And having Kirkland margaritas, which are delicious.
They're delicious. Speaking of, okay, what's your favorite drinking game that you played when you were younger? Drinking games are the best.
So I don't feel like I have very good hand-eye coordination, but my husband's like, you just haven't learned how to use it, kind of. Because I don't, but
I would disagree with that too. I would agree. I would say
I'm gonna. You guys, I'm not. I wanted to play soccer my whole life. Yeah. My mom would not let me. I wanted to play softball my whole life. My mom would not let me. She was like, it's unladylike. I know how. My
mom was like, play catcher.
If my daughter wants to play, just go out and kick ass, I'll let her. I don't give 2 shits. I'll be like, AutoCAD, great, whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to. So the things I'm really great at are bar sports. So I'm great at bowling. I'm great at darts.
She is a good bowler. I hate bowling, but I love. I love bowling alleys. I hate bowling.
Oh,
I love bowling alleys.
You know what? I want to get a cool ass ball, like a really like a one with like a rainbow glitter
that looks like
thing.
Has a butterfly in it.
It's got
that
my
moves.
name on it. So when I whip that out, people will be like, "You should be better."
We should get a bowling league. We should do a bowling league after this.
There's so many things we're doing after COVID, you guys.
I mean, and maybe what's that show that they want us to be on? Or I'm just saying we should be on it.
Amazing Race, yeah. Yeah.
I think you're going to be great, and I'm going to be the real anchor clanker, and because I don't like to eat weird shit. I'm not very good at time management.
But you'll have to eat weird shit. I'll do literally everything else as long as you eat the weird shit. If I know there's a
big cash prize at the end, I think I can put anything in my mouth.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if the money is right.
You heard it here, gentlemen.
Hey, if the price is right. I'm like, you got to get past a dentist note and TMJ.
I mean, this girl's got a new pair of diamond earrings every time I see her, so the guy knows what works.
It's marriage. It's a very reasonable transaction. Okay,
you know what I told my husband he could get me for our anniversary?
What?
Spices. I
think that's cute.
I read this article about how if you use like really fresh, like good spices, it does make a difference.
And I'm like,
well, shoot, I get everything from like the 99-cent store. I ought to like step up my game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told him I wanted spices, but I did not get that. You know what? I'm not supposed to know that I got this, but he ordered it on Amazon. It's my account.
Oh, no.
It's a heated vest. That you can, you guys. I'm 5 feet of just fuckability. I got a bad back, and I'm 20 pounds overweight. So he got me a heated vest for my joints.
Wait, is that so you can go on a walk and you're not
It's
cold?
so he can kill me and bury me because I might as well be dead. No, is you plug it in and it keeps your back hot. You guys, I'm so gross as a human being right now. Krista gets diamond earrings.
Hey, but let's look at the rest of the package. There's a lot going on. I currently have like a side of my hair is gone, so I need the diamond earrings, okay? It's the only thing I asked for. I'm wearing 8-year-old jeans right now.
I'm going to get so much sushi tonight. I'm going to down it all. I have a soy allergy. I'm going to have a loud stomach and a heated vest.
You're going to put on your heated vest.
I won't get far from that power outlet, though. So you better come to me, Big Daddy. You guys are
you'll have the best sex you've ever had because you have lumbar support. You're gonna be like, this is great, Brad. I feel good about
Tomorrow I'll be like, why does my back hurt so bad? He's like, you were bent in half and with all the tequila and the vest. You didn't even notice.
You didn't even know. You slept outside. It was great.
So evidently I'm that age.
why you take Athletic Greens.
Because regular vitamins make me feel really barfy in the morning when I take them. But I take Athletic Greens. It's like a supplement that covers all of my bases and it doesn't taste gross. It's a delicious green drink that doesn't taste chalky. And I do it once in the morning and then I'm done.
That's right. And it doesn't taste like a normal green drink. You know how sometimes you're drinking a normal green drink and you're like, this is exactly what my lawn would taste like. And it doesn't taste like that. It's far more refreshing. It's less grainy and it's really delicious.
Yeah. With so many stressors in life, it's difficult to maintain effective nutritional habits. Don't we know that? And give our bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. We all have busy schedules, poor sleep, or simply not eating enough of the right foods.
That's right.
Now I can very easily.
And this is where Athletic Greens comes in. Plus, it's a lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free, and contains less than 1 gram of sugar without compromising on taste.
1 scoop of Athletic Greens contains 75 vitamins, minerals, including probiotics, a green superfood blend, and more that all work together to increase your energy and focus and aid with digestion and support a healthy immune system. Ding, ding, ding.
And now Athletic Greens is doubling down on supporting your immune system during the winter months. They're offering our audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
Simply visit athleticgreens.com/IMOMSOHARD. That's athleticgreens.com/IMOMSOHARD and get your free year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs today with your first purchase.
Jen, did you know that we're back to remote learning as of tomorrow, actually?
Yes.
And after such a nice holiday break, I forgot how awful remote learning actually is. But you know what's a lifesaver? Varsity Tutors. We needed to find a way to keep them learning and engaged, so we signed our kids up for Varsity Tutors. Varsity Tutors has free live enrichment classes taught by experts like real astronauts and musicians and wildlife experts that make learning fun. And they certainly are in a better mood than me.
Well, and it's not just talking heads. It's like a lot that keeps kids engaged and having a good time while they're doing it.
Yeah, because they're into it. So your kids are into it.
Varsity Tutors has hundreds of free online classes too, which is pretty great, right? That are guaranteed to enrich your kids' educational experience, because I am not doing that.
No, I absolutely am not doing that. And yeah, and your kids actually look forward to hopping online and diving right in, having conversation, engaging, being pleasant. It's like a whole new kid.
Plus, Varsity Tutors offers one-on-one tutoring, self-study tools, learning pods, and homeschooling resources, which we all need right now.
To reserve your spot in a free class, go to varsitytutors.com/mom. That's varsitytutors.com/mom. Give your child the confidence and keys to succeed today at varsitytutors.com/mom. Well, listen, we're all doing our best to sort of find new things to do. And I think games and dartboards and heated vests and all of that add to the fun. How
did we get talking about spices though?
Because we were talking about your anniversary and how what you guys were asking for, and then you said you asked for spices. Fuck if I know. But yeah. I know I now send my husband very specific things that I want, just because it's just easier that way.
Yeah. I think you don't want to drop hints. And
I text him pictures with links. And
that's
then
great.
I go, oops, I meant these for Santa. Oops. Oops.
So you do play a little game.
I think my husband and I was thinking about it the other day. I think I play this part a lot of being very surly, but he is very flirty and he makes me feel really dumb and girly, and I don't want to get into it.
That's cute.
He's cute. He's gross, whatever. Doesn't matter. He's also filthy, which I like.
Let's just live in this moment. Live in that moment.
No, I don't want to.
Just live in that moment.
I just said I didn't want to talk about it. And you're like, let's just sit here. I'm already uncomfortable.
I know. That's what she's like, all right, next topic.
Next topic.
I got to go back to hating him. It's easier.
I got it. Yeah, it's easier if I just talk about what his shithead is most of the time, which is a lot of the time.
We were talking about games, though. I don't know why I brought up Penzi Spices, but here I did.
It's a game you're gonna play.
Yeah,
you're gonna put different
find the cumin.
It's hidden. It's find it fast, because I don't have the support.
That's right. My pelvic floor is dead.
But if I get that heated vest down there, it's going to feel a lot better.
You guys, a heated vest.
I think it's sweet. It's
I
probably
know.
something you need and wanted.
Oh, that's why I'm reacting this way, because I desperately want it. Like, if he gets me spices, I'll probably not even need the sex. I'll be so happy.
Yeah, that's fun.
I mean,
That's fun. That's the second best thing is like cooking when you have a bunch of people around. But I do think games are like super fun. You've heard us talk about this, you guys. Jen and I play this weekly trivia game that has got us through a very tough time. We all look forward to it. We're
really
at
fun.
28 weeks of playing this trivia game. Every week we do it. Everybody tries to up their game. I'd just like to brag about myself, please. I did fun backgrounds on Zoom, and I thought that was really fun.
what I was going to say, which one? Because sometimes you guys do really like.
We've talked about this. Those are Colin's choices. They're really dumb
No,
and really
remember
hard.
you guys did singing, and that was fun. Colin sang it. It was really funny.
But
and
that's
fun.
just the way we get through things right now is everybody's playing games. Like we just went and bought some of the old school games like Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I loved Sorry. That was my
Sorry
favorite
is
game.
so fun. We play Sorry. My husband and my son play chess.
Oh,
And I love it.
yeah.
I love to sit down and look like I play chess. No one can fake that they look like they play chess better than me. I mean, I like look at the board and I like hem and haw, and then I'm like, king me. And they're like, this is the wrong game. I don't understand it. I have zero strategy. If someone sat down that actually knows how to play chess and played with me, in my first move, they'd be like, oh, you just literally lost in one. It's almost like you're.
I know. People that really. I beat my son.
You like to play chess?
I don't like to play chess, but he does. When school is in, he does chess
club.
league. Yeah, he does chess club. And
May
so
they all be in chess club.
he knows all this stuff. And you guys, I'm at this point, he's in second grade. I've got a few months before he's like completely surpassed my intelligence.
I think when Finn was 3 and he was just pretending to play chess, he out pretended to play me in chess. I was like, whoa, checkmate.
The first like couple moves, not couple, like say into the first like 5 each of ours, I would be like, you sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do that? And then I was just out for blood because he was like mocking me a little bit.
You got a little bit of the competitive edge.
Well, you call
talk
me,
shit. and
Yeah.
it's like,
that's a different thing. So then he didn't want to finish, and I was like, no, that's part
you
of
gotta
it.
knock it over and shake my hand.
Yeah.
And then have a Russian accent. That's how it plays.
Exactly.
That's how it plays.
He's a little bit like my husband is, or he gets a little bit competitive because one of my two things I'd like to file a complaint with Disney. I love Disney. Just, I mean,
Big Disney fans,
can't
both of us.
wait to go.
Can't wait. That's the thing that everybody keeps saying. Even my husband said, I miss going to Disney.
Oh my God, I know.
I was like, you bitch the whole time we're there because it's expensive, but I'm glad that you're missing it.
There's this Facebook group that I am like.
Like we miss Disney?
It's annual pass holders, Southern California.
Yes. Yeah, oh, I'm on that.
Where they get on there and they tell you like, oh, it's busy today or whatever.
Yeah.
And people are like posting their favorite memories from Disney
Boo.
right now. And I can't wait to go. But we bought the Disney Princess Candyland version. And there are only 3 princess pieces.
What's that mean? Why does that mean, man?
You only have 3 pieces to go around the board. We're a family of 4. Like
then you got to go get a weird cat
somebody's
from another
a Lego
game, and then
or
they're like
something.
pissed about it.
Yeah, and it's usually my husband because none of us are going to not be a princess. He's got to like find a piece
He's
somewhere.
got to find like a beer cap.
Disney, you got lots of
Disney's
princesses.
got is a little tight in the old like.
Yeah.
They're not giving out anything for free. They're like for $45 you can order one more princess.
Well,
And us suckers will be like, it's worth it. Let's get Jasmine.
And nobody fights over it.
Come
I know.
on, let's get it. Let's get
So
it.
we have this Candyland princess game that my daughter got for her like when she was 2 for Christmas. This Candyland version. So when she's 2, her brother's like 4.5, almost 5. The first time we ever played it, like, how the fates smile on fools and children.
Yeah.
Okay. So this girl, every card she took was like double purple, double yellow. Like,
It's a good day.
it's a good day. Yep. She was like cleaning up the Candyland board.
On the
My
fast track.
son, every time he pulled a card, he'd get like one color ahead.
Boy. You know how that's going to end.
He was melting down every time. And literally his luck was so bad. And he was like getting sent back to the beginning and stuff like that.
It's a good metaphor for Vegas. Like you never know. You're going to have hot streaks and you're going to have cold streaks.
You should
start with Candyland.
Make your 21-year-old play Candyland with you before they go to Vegas for the first time.
Yeah, you're not using any more of your brain when you're in Vegas.
I'm telling you, in his life, he has never melted down as bad as that game of Candyland because he was losing so badly. And I was like, son, you're not supposed to win this one. I don't know why, but
this is the
finishing in like 5 turns.
I know Finn gets like that, and then he'll have a pissing match, and then he'll get mad. Like if he's like not in first place, he'll be like, "Okay, we keep playing until everybody's done. I want to get second." Like he's just so fired up.
And then does he do this where if he loses, he's like 2 out of 3. You just like keep playing.
Or if he wins, he's like, "I'm the winner," and he like gloats and dances. And Eleanor's so cool, and then like she'll win, and she'll be like, "I won," and he'll be like, "Stop bragging." It's just the worst.
Well, I have to. Can I go back to trivia night?
Okay. Yes, please.
So Kristin started this thing,
we talk about it all the time because we're hard up for social activity. And
I don't think we talk about it. And people might want to know like the specifics of the trivia night, which is great. So there's like anywhere from like
there's 5 couples that have been our core couples.
There used to be more,
yeah.
But then somebody annoyed them. Me, Dennis. I don't know who it was.
We had 2 couples fall off.
They fell off, and but the core group of us
have stayed
the same. And so what you do is like you just randomly pick your own topic and you bring 5 questions and maybe a bonus or 2. And then so you ask everybody those, and then when it's their turn, they ask everybody those.
Yeah.
So it's like the same number of points is probably available. And sometimes it's just like, what am I interested in? Like, what would be a fun thing to like look up and write questions about?
I will say this though, we have a British couple that plays with us, and Brits love trivia. Like it's a thing.
I didn't know it. The quiz.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like when you go to an English pub, like there's trivia nights. And I'm not just talking about trivia like at BW3 where you get the panel thing, which I love.
Yeah.
Hot wings trivia and a big tall beer.
That too. Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm basically, you could just call me like Kevin or something. I'm like,
let me grab my heated vest.
Let me get my heated vest, my tech vest on top for security. And I'm going to put my hair in a hat.
My ID and my credit card in my fanny pack.
My wallet in my fanny pack. And no one's going to bother me unless it's a woman named Rhonda.
Oh, God, that sounds so lovely.
It's the best.
Doesn't that sound like so nice to go to a bar right now?
Just sit there with a big cold beer and
Please, God, let me go somewhere.
There you go. And like just sit at the bar and you're like, whatever, just watching, look up. But in English pubs, they set it up. There's like a trivia runner. There's a person and you're sitting at tables and it's all taken kind of seriously, which I love. And so this Brit couple that we have that are James and Siobhan, they've been playing like legitimate trivia their whole lives. So when they got on board, because they were the ones I asked first, I was like, I want to do this thing. I want to make it right. How do I go about it? And so they told me. And every week they come to the table with the coolest, most innovative shit. Like mostly Colin and I are like, fighting over what questions to ask. But every week it's like, what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? And then they come in and they're like, here are 5 Dutch posters of movies that you may not, that you would know.
There's an American version.
There's an American version, and I'm saying it wrong. It wasn't Dutch. It was like Romanian.
Oh, yeah.
A Romanian movie poster. Can I share your screen? And I'm like, yeah, you can share my screen. And they bring up their posters.
They up the trivia game. It's like Daily Double, everything they bring.
Daily Double. And then Ephraim and Renice coming in with really fun, like
everybody's like multimedia in this, you guys.
Everybody's really thinking about it. And I asked them, I'm like, because Colin and I are the last minute people. We're the ones that are literally trying to like look at each other and do them right before we get on, and Colin's sweating. And Ephraim and Renice, and I'm like, do you guys think about this all week? And they're like, all week. We think about it all week.
Yeah.
We prep all week. We're so excited. So
They've got music clips, like everything. Yeah. I just came up with a good one for next week. And I think this is fun. Okay, everybody's going to hate me. This is why some people will quit probably. But I'm only going to tell you because you can't really prep for it.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, okay, question 1, can you sing 2 verses
Hilarious.
of an AC/DC song?
That's
and then
so awesome.
everybody has to do a
That's
different
so
one.
awesome.
You have to do a different one.
A different AC/DC song, you got to have something more to go with something I would know. Well,
yeah,
Taylor.
I was just using AC/DC as
No,
like
that's hilarious. That's a great one.
That's fun because that'll get everybody like.
Yeah, and then they'll love that. Will be fun. That's a good one.
It's a fun group of people too. So it is like the highlight of my week whenever we do it.
That's where we're living. That's the truth we're living in. So wait, did you say what drinking game is your favorite? Did we say?
Oh, so that's what it was. I was gonna say beer pong.
Beer pong is so fun.
I'm so
We
good
didn't
at
have
it.
that when we were younger. That came out later. Flip
Well-
cup too. I'm pretty good at flip cup.
I'm not. I can see you being good at that though.
I'm good at flip cup. I did
Yeah.
not realize what a turtle race was until after I'd done one. That's just because you're wearing short shorts. I didn't know that. They try to get you to race a turtle into the middle of the room. I was very committed, but I didn't know what the deal was.
Is
It was
that what that's for?
you wear short shorts. I was not.
I was concerned
You know
it was
me.
cruel to animals. So I was like,
No,
I'm
you're
not
just
going to do
trying to
that.
get this turtle to run, and you're bent over, and I'm like, no one was cheering for me. I think I was wearing a turtleneck and a pair
Is
of.
she Mormon? What is she wearing? She's
I was like, this turtle.
no, at
run!
Seventh Day Adventists. They don't show their ankles.
She's not supposed to be in here.
They don't
I
even
really
drink
liked.
alcohol.
Do you remember playing asshole when you were younger? Or what's
Wait,
the one
remind
where
me
you
what
put
that
the thumb on the table and the last one?
What is that?
There's all the rules. Like asshole has to wear the beer box on their head.
Okay.
And then there's a thing where if you got a certain card or if you did a certain thing, you put your thumb on the table. If you were the last one to put your thumb on the
I
table.
don't remember any of these because
because
I'm sure that I learned when I was hammered. So
Yeah,
I don't
same.
remember at all.
Same. And they probably had to explain the rules to me 45 times. They're like, stop looking around the room.
Quarters.
Quarters.
Yeah, I was never really good at it. Just sometimes accidentally I could
I
do
had
it.
3 minutes where I'd crush.
Yeah. Where you get the rhythm of it or the right distance.
That reminds me. I have a good darts story. Let me just preface by saying I will start many stories with I was in a wedding once because I've been a bridesmaid 11 and a half
27
times.
yeah.
And the half
that
was
movie 27 Dresses.
yeah, that was
about
that's
her.
normal. That's not shocking to me. So I've been in 11 and a half weddings. I refer to one as a half because she called it off the night before. That's another story for
Still
another
bought the
time.
dress.
Love Allie
Yep.
Bell so much. But I did go to my friend Angie's wedding. I was in her wedding. Flew to Ohio. Went to the wedding. We all celebrated as one does at BW3 after the wedding.
Sure.
I had just enough Goldschlager and beer to feel very confident.
Oh,
No, I was in a good space. It was later that I felt
Lord,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had at this point tucked my dress into the top of my tights because I was wearing tights under my dress. So I was in a really lovely, it was a floor length dress and I had tucked it up. So I had more.
What did you need tights for with a floor length dress?
That's a good question. I think I'm not exactly sure if I remember. I wasn't wearing Spanx because this is when I was really fit and young. So I don't know. But I was wearing a nylon of some sort. Didn't we do that then? Didn't we do that when we were in our 21?
Maybe,
Whatever.
yeah.
So I wore
You're
tights.
like, I want my legs to look tan.
I guess.
Unnaturally tan. I'm
Sure.
going to put these hose on.
So I put these hose on and I tucked my dress into the top of it because that's what you do when you need to get a little bit more leverage with your dart playing. And I'm in this bar and there's some fellas in there that are look like they patronize this bar quite often.
Oh, God.
And I start
Can go
playing
one of two
darts.
ways.
I start playing darts, Jen, and it's like I can't not hit the bullseye. It's
Really?
like I am on. I'm like in the window. I can't not throw it and hit the. I'm like going behind my head,
Yeah.
under my leg. That's a lie,
Yep.
but it feels good for the story. So then this guy goes, "I'll bet you $100 you can't get it in the bullseye," and I'm in that sweet spot again, right where I've got like an 11-minute window, and I'm at about minute 9.
Plus, you're like, for $100, I'll eat a weird food. I'll give my husband a blowjob. I'll hit a bullseye for
I'll hit a
$100.
fucking bullseye.
Yep.
And I go, "You're on. Do I have $100? Absolutely not. That would have wiped out my entire existence financially.
Yeah, you'd have been
I would
like-
have been asking my parents.
Back then, you would have had to call like the phone company, the
Yeah,
cable
I would have
company.
been like, I need every like gift card
And
that's ever been given.
No health insurance this month.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. This is everything I know in my financial history has been wiped out. And $100 feels like I'm fucking set for 6 months if I win this $100. So I take the dart.
She's like, what am I going to go?
What am I going to buy?
What am I going to buy? Just like
a new car.
she's
maybe
going
a
down the
payment.
aisles of Target in her
Yeah, I'm
head. Like,
just whapping stuff. I'm like, I don't even need this eyeliner, but I can afford it. So I grab the dart and I go, you're on. And I just threw it and I hit the fucking bullseye. And that guy thought I had hustled him. He thought I was some like dart professional. And he would
even a
give me
dart professional can't guarantee a bullseye.
bullseye, and he wouldn't give me my money. And I go, you owe me $100, dude. And he goes, I think you're hustling me, or you're like, this is something that you do. And I'm like, well, that's a fucking compliment. Thanks.
Yeah,
but I want my money.
Yeah.
So it kind of got into a tussle with the groomsman. This is where it gets foggy. But he did eventually give me my money. And I walked out $100 more in the
That is amazing.
in the hopper. And guess what? I never did again. Bet on darts, because you get one in your life.
Yeah.
You get
you
one
blew
of
it.
those.
Yeah. You needed it. You needed
I
it that
promise you,
time.
there's been more darts in the wall next to the dartboard with me than ones that have made it into
But you can get in a rhythm.
You can.
Yeah.
With Vegas, gotta know when to walk.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I have 2 Vegas vices. One is penny slots.
Ugh,
But
is that even a vice?
You guys, the other one is craps.
Craps, you can get in big trouble.
I have gotten in big trouble. That's why sometimes like penny slots feels a little bit safer. But I tell you what, I got a couple things that I have to do when I'm playing craps.
Crap.
Always. Yeah. No. No. I drink Coors Light, you guys. I don't know why. It's my lucky drink.
Good. It's nice and light. It'll keep you sustained.
Keep me alert.
Little smooth jowl.
Yep. So I have to drink Coors Light. I always bet on a new roller.
Smart. They might have the juice, and I believe in that.
Yep. I always parlay my hard ways. And I always will do extra on my hard ways.
I don't know what hard ways means. I just
like-
think hardships, like
so
you
like-
didn't make your rent.
No, but I'm sure I probably wouldn't after a lot of
Parlay
times.
your hard ways.
So, okay, if
That's
your
a book.
hard ways, like 4 can come from 2 2s or 3 and a 1.
Oh, this is the dice game.
The dice game. Yeah, what'd you think it was?
Roulette. That's roulette. Okay.
Yep.
Dice. Okay. Ooh, craps is.
See,
man, that's a
the
real game. I'm surprised.
Roulette is about chance and craps is about skill. No? Yes, it is. It is. It's a
One might
because let
argue,
me-
but I agree with you. You do have a love of this game. Okay, so
if it's
Roll-
here's what
I
I'm telling
roll
you.
it.
You
Roll
always
the-
parlay those hard ways because I've always won the most because it's like you win 8 times on a buck,
yeah.
okay, and then next time you win that's 48. Next time you win that's hundreds. Like
Yeah.
we're
You
talking.
can
I
win
only
a
do the really
lot of
cheap shit.
dough.
But anytime the roller is Asian, you always put down extra money because they practice dice.
What?
Like if there's some old like Chinese guy in a casino, that guy probably practices rolling dice. Is that racist?
I don't think it's racist. I think it's going to literally give a positive.
I always bet
Everyone's
extra
gonna
on that
flock
guy.
to the
I'm
to the
backing
table
my
with the
bets.
Asian
I'm
crowd.
doing extra. I mean, because it's like a skill to roll dice, and like people.
That's way
practice.
better than someone that's at a bachelorette party who has a bunch of condoms on it and she's like, "Bleh," and it like throws off the table. I'd much rather have someone with some precision.
Yeah, this always, and then somebody new to the game's really lucky.
Yes.
So
then
you want to
gotta-
like bet on
you
them,
gotta-
yeah, because they're like, "What I do? What I do?" And
you're like,
we're
"Do
like,
it again,
just
shut
keep
up.
doing it, because as soon as you tell
Don't
them,
you
no,
talk
F
to
it up.
anybody.
Yeah,
I love blackjack. Now,
yeah. So does Britt. It's that's why I think it's like competitive.
I turn into a different person when I play blackjack. I sit down, all of a sudden I'm 72. I feel
Yeah.
like I live in Reno. I'm like, I might smoke a cigarette. I don't, but I want to.
Yeah.
I might, but I don't know really how. I just want to know that they're there.
Yeah.
Because it feels like part of the part I'm playing. I sit down, I know how to do the like, you look at everybody and then like the cards come out and I'm not completely sure because I'm not quick at math. So sometimes when I'm just look like I'm thinking, I'm really doing like, I'm counting under the table with my fingers. And then I always look at the dealer. I'm like, hey, Barb, What does the
Wait,
dealer
how
say?
much is rent?
Yeah.
Okay. Minus.
Fine. No, I'm literally looking at the cars. I'm like 7 and 2, carry the 1. And then I always go to the dealer because you're supposed to say, what does the book say? And the dealer can tell you. The book would say split on that. And I'm like, all right, Barb, I'm going to split on that.
That's so smart.
It's so fun. It's so interactive and you get to know the people with you.
Yeah.
Like if they're grumpy players, I'm not into it. But if they're like fun, I get to know everyone.
Yeah.
There's generally always like a married couple, somebody, a military guy, like somebody who like just came in on a work trip and then we become best friends.
That's what I love. That's what
Games. Games.
I should be 90 and I should be driving a 78 Eldorado and I should like
God,
go home to my house with foil wallpaper. But I love the whole thing of like playing craps, and I like look down on people when they don't do this. But so the come out roll on craps, you can do 2-way yo. So you bet for yourself and you bet. It's basically betting against the house, but if you get it, it's really good money. It's like $30. So every time I do a yo bet, I bet for the house too. And then they get to split the tips if people are winning. Yeah. And then they will tell you like, you should come down on these, or you should back that bet. They'll help you.
So fun.
It's so fun. And when people win a lot with the roller, and they like walk away from the table, I'm like, you're not going to tip? You're not going to get something to that?
That makes me so mad.
Yeah.
That makes me so mad. Like, you better play it. I start to feel like I like own the
money.
joint.
It's free money. You better tip somebody.
Yeah, I get loose. I'm like, what are you doing? Give her a chip.
Yeah.
We're good in Vegas, but I got to be careful because I'm like, have I been at this table for 14 hours?
That's my husband.
I'm going to get phlebitis.
He's like, at some point I got to come back up, and I'm like, no, mathematically you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's
Colin's so funny. He hates to gamble, and I love it. But it's the only time that I'm like I go.
He doesn't like to.
No, because he doesn't like to like throw his good money at bad. I'm like, that's just because you don't know how to play. So he's like, I'm like, you go have some shrimp and a nice cocktail at the buffet, and I'm gonna saddle up to this table, and I'll see you in 8 hours.
Okay, well, we're allowed to play games in person again. Besides, like the running charades tournament we're going to do. When we go to Vegas, we bring the guys, and I want to teach Colin how to play craps.
I think he'd like it.
I think he'd probably really dig that game because it's a community, and you're all like, you cheer for each other and stuff, and he's like team player guy. And I always play it safe. Like, I do little bets until I have matched my money. Like, I have even money. And then that's all free money to gamble with. And
I pull out my money once it's gone, it's gone. I hit a table, and I lost it in 4 hands, and I was like,
tonight's not my night.
And that was the last time I was there, and I was like, I'll be back more mentally prepared and ready to party.
That's right. Sometimes you're going to only go forward 1 yellow square in Candyland,
and you know what? Or you're going to get the sorry card and your kid's going to lose his shit. But just remember, someday we're all going to get to go to Vegas. And that's the moral of the story.
You take Princess Ariel off the table and you get out of there,
you take her off the table because she's just bringing down the whole night, She's going back to the ATM 4 or 5 times. That's not my fault.
That's $5 each time.
Yeah, stop going in there.
Fees.
Yeah, they're playing. Just pull the money, give yourself a limit, and go, man. You're drinking for free. You're renting the table. Have a good time.
Sorry, I'm so high-pitched, you guys. This wine is good.
We love going to Vegas.
We do. Oh, you know what? I do have a hot flash.
Oh.
May I introduce a hot flash?
Hot flashes are a favorite. They don't have to be dudes, but it's fun when they are.
Hot flash, hot flash. Well, this is a dude.
Okay, good.
This is the dude I feel like everybody can agree on. And if not, you're a dick, okay? Yeah. No, not even.
I like universal hot flashes.
Yeah. I think most men have a hot flash on JJ Watt.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yes.
Right? Because
my son used to say, I want to marry JJ Watt just so we can what did it say? Watch cartoons together and just sleep together and cuddle. And I was like, I think my husband wants the same thing.
That's literally just a good person check. Like, what do you think of JJ Watt? Because all he does is like hard work, nice person
Give stuff back.
Like, he kind of, and like even people you really like that are celebrity they mess up sometimes,
Yeah.
Have you heard of him messing up?
You know
like,
what? I just think he's like a salt to the earth, like stick to the plan kind of guy. He has a very strong work ethic. He's like, he's Wisconsin guy. His mom is like really cool. And like, I don't think she takes his shit and any of those. She's got 3 boys all play for the NFL. And she
gosh. I know. And I
think she'd slap him upside the head publicly if they did something stupid.
Grab him by the ear.
Yeah,
and pull him up.
She'd be like, I'm going to sweep your leg.
Yeah, I love that. And I also, when I originally like fell in love with him, did I just say I fell in love with him?
We both fell in love with him. He's a hero.
I got to say, it's pretty pure too. And there's not one part of me that's like, I want to destroy him sexually. I'm like, Kristin does.
I don't think about him like that, but I
really don't. But I think he is like.
There's a couple that I do, but that's not the hot flash we're having. I will quote you later when we're talking about someone to destroy sexually.
Okay.
But not JJ Watt.
He
feels too good.
Why don't dirty him up? He's like a saint for crying out loud.
And he's gonna get married to a saint. She's darling, and they have 2 dogs.
Oh gosh, who's he getting married to? I don't know.
She's a soccer player, professional soccer player.
Of course.
They're both like really nice. I think they're taking their time getting married. I think they have 2 labradoodles. Do I know too much? His social security number is.
I know. Well, I don't know if you know this.
You DM him a lot on Instagram, Jen.
I do. Oh gosh, wish I can count you guys. It's so hard. Okay, so he did an article recently, and I'm gonna read just a little bit of it.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of dirty talk.
Whew.
I grew up stopping at the Lake Forest Oasis and rushing Auntie Annie's. That's the pretzel company, Auntie Anne's.
Okay.
Auntie Anne's, and Subway and Panda Express. Then I had Portillo's and Lou.
Wait.
This is Colin's favorite. In Chicago, he's going through his favorite restaurants. Illuminati's. Yeah.
Yep.
He's talking about
best deep dish pizza you'll ever have in your whole life.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, he did get married. He did get married.
Oh, he did get married.
He goes to Robert's Pizza and Dough in Chicago.
Oh, my God.
So I just read this article about how he says, who among us hasn't ordered boatloads of carbs to our hotel room on a work trip? That's the dirtiest talk you can give us because that's what we do all the time. Anytime we're traveling, we're like, hey, they've got nachos and room service.
We should just get 4 or 5 things just in case we're hungry after the show.
It'll be the best $30 we ever spend on nachos. And then we like eat them, like lick the plate.
We lick the plate and we're like, this is embarrassing. Okay, are you going to call or am I? And then we call down and we're like, oh, your kitchen is closed. Does that mean like, do you have anything that you could just like throw in the fryers and they're like, oh, we could bring up like.
Have you had Portillo's though, Kristin?
It's a sandwich place, right?
Hot beef dipped sandwich.
Of course.
Oh my God. It's like Philippe's
Chicago
here.
food is like the most wonderful food. It doesn't
and
mess
they have
around.
chocolate cake. They sell chocolate cake. Like any fast food restaurant that sells chocolate cake.
I love that he's listing all the food places he's going to.
Yeah, makes them hotter, more human.
Because he's a big beefy dude.
Yeah.
And he's talking about big beef.
Yeah. You know what I don't love is big beefy guys talking about how they eat like creatine shakes.
I don't want to know about that.
I want to know that they're like real human beings.
Well, he also goes and works out and he literally has a box that he jumps on with both feet that is taller than you.
Okay.
Literally. He could jump over you.
He could jump on your box. With both feet.
I'm sorry. You said we're not supposed to sex him up, but then you talked about Portillo's and Illuminati's.
I know,
and I've had some wine. We're talking about JJ Watt. Now I'm sexing him up. I mean, I need all those things. I need a man that like is fine with carb loading in a hotel, and that's who I married.
I just related so much because one time we were at a casino. Remember, we were at that casino doing a show, and they had a mall attached to it. And I kept going down to that Auntie Anne's pretzel place for those cinnamon dipped frosted. What are they? They're pretzels. And they're like rolled in brown sugar.
God, doesn't matter. You're not looking for the name. You're just there. You're there. You're celebrating your wins at the casino table. It's the best. Like sometimes you just need gluttony and you don't want to say you're sorry for it.
Yes.
There were 2 times that we were on the road in the 200 shows we've done that I went to the gym and I highly regretted both times.
Yeah.
So that is just not how I roll. Get it?
Yep. Roll dice.
The
like
dice.
A game.
Play the darts. Let's go to our mom box.
Yeah.
It's our favorite place to play.
And in reference to going out of town and carb loading, the only time that we really got to do that is when we were doing our live shows, which are going to be back this year, you guys. Please.
I mean,
please.
It's going to be a thing.
Everybody
it's going to
play
be
by the rules and get your shots, man. If I have to blow dart you motherfuckers,
we're
get them.
Go
we're going to be
big.
back doing shows.
I just want to tell you, before you say this, because you made me think of tours and I've had wine. One of our favorite things in the whole world is when we do get to play in Vegas. And we played at I never say this right because I confuse Hidden Valley Ranch dressing with the Hidden Valley Ranch. Green Valley Ranch Resort and Spa, which is where we played.
We have also played Treasure Island.
Right.
Yeah.
We played Treasure Island.
On the Strip, which feels like we're legit.
Right. But that was not the show that I thought was the most fun. I thought the most fun was the Green Valley Resort.
Yeah, because that's the locals and those chicks get like, why up?
Let me explain what we walked into. Jen and I flew in. We went up to our rooms. We were like, you know what? We have friends here. Vegas is a really fun time. We love Vegas. We are going to go down to the pool before we have to get ready for the show. We go down to the pool, and it is all what we call our women. It's all our women having the best time with their friends.
So
they're
fun.
having some cocktails. They're wearing their cute bathing suits, and they're in the pool. They're laying out. And like, it was so fun, like walking through, and it's just like a giant party. And I cannot wait to go back to that.
I can't wait to do it again.
Counting the days to go back to that. I probably won't make it to the stage. They'll say she found a group of ladies from Iowa and we haven't seen her since.
I mean, Kristin and I are hoping that I Mom So Hard gradually becomes I Grandma So Hard, and that we get this Vegas like residency. Because that just sounds like heaven to me. We'll be in
I want to wear a tracksuit.
Yeah.
And I want to be like 96 and I want to make a really filthy joke, take my last breath. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want, I really don't need it to be this big thing where I'm laying in a bed. I want it to be, I'm on stage, I make a joke, it kills, I crap out, lights out.
And then I get to say, you guys, she just killed herself.
She killed it on stage.
Killed it. Yeah. Okay, so this is really funny about somebody coming to see us at a show.
Oh, fun.
Mirandy Donnelly. Mirandy D. I just flew to Michigan to see you with my best friend. I had a sweatshirt on backwards to cover my face as I fear someone taking my picture with my mouth gaping open while I sleep. I do that to you. And I post them on Instagram. You know that. So she had her hoodie on backwards.
It's a good move because I always have my mouth open.
Turbulence hit.
Oh, shit.
And I grabbed the thigh of the poor man sitting next to me. In all caps, he screams out, I'm married.
She screams out, I am too.
Yeah.
Let's make some poor decisions.
No, I picture him being, oh, that's so funny. I pictured him being like
to say.
75 or something. I would have been like, don't flatter yourself. I thought your leg was an armrest.
I was sleeping. I thought we were in a car. It was an one of those gear shift situations. It wasn't.
That's amazing,
Congratulations,
though, right?
Sir.
Mirandy, I'm going to guess you had a
Couple cocktails.
I think you probably cashed in a couple of your Southwest coupons for free drinks.
As you should.
Girl, we all know that we save those in our bag. We give them to a friend, whatever, so that you don't have to pay for a thing. Plus, the Southwest flight attendants are so cool. They're like, hey, we're going to Vegas. I'm going to charge you for a drink. Or we're going.
Jen and I walk on the Vegas flight, and we're like, my heart starts. I'm like, this is like a dream come true. We get on there. We're like, hi, I know that I'm not even sitting in my seat yet, but if you could just come by with a vodka tonic and a glass of champagne, that would be great.
That's right. For
hand
Kristin,
them over, hand them back.
It's a Bloody Mary, and for me, it's a screwdriver, and there are Vegas flight drinks.
God, that makes me so excited.
I know. It's happening, you guys. Hang in there. We got this.
We're going to get there.
We got this.
We have a new show that we're writing, and we're very excited about it. We actually just started dibble-dabbling yesterday a little bit, and it's going to be a great time.
We all deserve some time out of here.
We're working on Jason Momoa doing a nude scene in our show, but that is on. That's not sure. We're not for sure he can. We're TBD.
She just wants to do a scene study of it, work on it, and then.
Who doesn't? I'd like to scene study on that for sure. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would freak out. Are you kidding? I'm a one-woman man. Wait, a man.
Nope.
I'm a man.
You know, it's fine.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine. We got it.
I'm a masculine woman on a man. Cheers! Cheers! I think
I got to get out of here.
you got to get out of here and go play with your husband.
I'm going to go have some roll sushi.
Some sushi rolls.
Yep.
You're going to throw some darts. You're
We're
going to
gonna
put
play
on
some
your
darts.
heated vest. You're going to have a strong 8-minute
Well,
love
I'm gonna have
session.
to. We're going to play outside.
You're going to play outside.
Yep.
Jen might wake up in her daughter's frozen castle in the morning, but it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
She'll have
It's still.
she'll
I'm
have her heated
safely in
vest
my
on.
backyard. It's nobody's business. You know
Dale will
what?
be sitting outside the yard, the neighbor guy.
He'll be like, "Hey, I saw you out there in a heated vest and no
I've
pants."
never masturbated harder. Dale's like,
Hey.
I thought all those parts of me were dead, and now you've moved in.
It's my anniversary. I can do what I want to.
You don't mind your business, Dale. And he's
All
like, I
right.
just did. Cheers, to you,
Cheers,
girl.
lady.
And happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yay!